Avodat Hashem, we're continuing here from Sha'ar HaYichud on this amazing book in the Jewish breathwork series of Neshama Neshima by Rav Israel Itzchak Bezinson. Today we're going to be learning on page 42, and it's the sixth part of the second part of the book, second chapter of the book. And this class today is called unpack, relaxation, and it's going to teach us how a breather merits to Bitachon and shalvat nefesh, to trust in Hashem and tranquility of their soul. Majority of our stresses in life come from a place of lack of bitachon. What's going to be tomorrow? Who's going to overcome me? And with which kind of fraud? How much am I going to have left over in the bank? What about my blood pressure? Who is going to want me as a spouse or as a business partner? What about all of the crazy prophecies that the ecologists are telling us, and the people that are worried about the climate change and ice melting and seas overflowing and tsunamis? What if all of the real estate market falls down? What about the bursa, the stock market? What if it all goes down? What's going to be? What's going to be? All these stresses we ask ourselves. These are all baseless worries that just bring pain to the nefesh, bring pain to the soul. Only bitachon, trust in Hashem brings to the tranquility of the soul. Because it answers all of these questions. Bitachon, true bitachon, is belief in the power, the infinite power of the Creator of the world, to treat and act with every single creation that He made only for its benefit and only for its good. To bring salvation to every mortal from all of the problems and troubles that the person is going through. Hashem, you have to believe to get to bitachon. Bitachon, real bitachon, is only when you really believe that Hashem, the Creator of all, loves you as a creation. He's looking out for you. He's going to take care of all of your needs and all of your problems. And He's every single moment of your life, He's making sure that you are going to be the most successful that you can be. So from here we see that this term, or at least how we understand it, the self-confidence, right, trusting in myself, is not right. It's not so precise. It's much closer to what the Torah calls kochi v'otzem yadi. It is my power, right, and the strength of my hand that did all of this. More egotistical. We can only trust in Hashem. We can only really put all of our strength and our trust into knowing that Hashem is going to take care of everything. Everything Hashem does is for the good. It's for my good, and it's completely righteous, it's completely straight. But on myself, and even more so on other people, how could I trust in them? How could I put my trust completely in another person, even myself? Everybody is disappointing. Everybody's mortal. Everybody's just a human being. Like the Navi warned us, the Navi Jeremiah says in the 17th chapter, we say this in Birkat Hamazon as well, in the blessing after eating, right? Cursed is a person who trusts in man. Right? Blessed is the man, fortunate is the person who trusts in Hashem. But what is permissible, and even if it's a mitzvah to do this to begin with, to believe in yourself. And he puts here in parentheses, in a soft, fine emuna kind of way. You have to believe in yourself, and not in a way of authority. I have the ability. I'm going to get this done. Like it's brought in shefa and abundance in all the different Hasidic books, and specifically in the teachings of Rabbi Natan of Breslov. To believe in the essence of where your soul is rooted in such a high and precious place. The insane amount of potential that is hidden inside of your neshama, that will come out and be revealed when you make an effort. Right? And specifically by way of speech that that is encouraging, right? And also by thinking and being in a positive state. She'az is kelekach, because then when I talk good and I think good and I say affirmations to myself and I strengthen myself and I know that I'm good and I know that my soul has all the potential it needs to get over the difficulties that it's going through, and that it's rooted in a very precious, lofty place, and that's really what my essence is. Like we talked a few chapters ago about what is our essence and how to get to that. So when I know that, that's when I'll be able to reach a level of bitachon. And this level of bitachon in Hashem is brought very, very wealthily in a lot of the books of our first rabbis, 800,000 years ago, 1,200 years ago, and specifically in the book Avodat Hashem, the duties of the hearts, by Bechaye Eben Pikuda. Bechaye, he says there many beautiful things in Avodat Hashem. But one of those books called Shaar Bitachon, inside the Avodat Hashem, the duties of the heart, there's many different topics. One of them, there's gates, as he calls them. One of them is the gate of trust, Shaar Bitachon. And that book has become so known that part of the book is so known that it's been printed by itself. And many places you can get it. I highly recommend getting a copy of it. And there's even a nice copy done by Chabad, a white and blue copy, The Gate of Trust. Very, very highly recommended. איך לזכות אליה ואיך שעל ידה משתחרר הבוטח מכל מיני לחצים ודאגות כאלה שהזכרנו לאל. Right? Rabbi, what does he talk about there? He talks about how can a person merit to get to Bitachon, and how can he free himself, release himself by way of his bitachon from all of the stress and all of the worry and the anxiety that we've mentioned before. There is another approach to bitachon. It's very surprising. That was revealed by Rabbi Nachman of Breslov, and he says, "Midata bitachon tluya b'sechel shu talui b'neshama." The level of your bitachon is dependent on your intellect, which is dependent on your neshima, on your breath. מאחר ופעולת זרימת הרוח באדם תכליתה להעלות את השמנים, להדליק נר השם נשמת אדם. What is the reason that we breathe? Reb Nachman says the purpose of our breath is to elevate from inside of our body oils to ignite the candle of Hashem, which is the neshama of a person, meaning his intellect. Only this way will you get a higher level of bitachon than what you have so far. Again, Rabbi Nachman says your bitachon is dependent on your intellect, on your mind, on your thoughts, and those are dependent on your breathing. Why? Because the reason that a human breathes, according to Rabbi Nachman's understanding, is that the breathing inside the body elevates oils, lubricants, right? Internal oils that we have inside our body up to our brain, which they oil the machine called the brain, which is the resting place of the neshama. And that is all done by way of your neshima, by way of your breathing. And that's the only way you'll ever get a higher level of bitachon than you already have. This is something that can bring tranquility to the soul, and there's no comparison to how much it will bring. And if you want more on this, look in the first part of Likutei Moharan and the 225th teaching, Reish Kaf Aleph. והנה לעתים קרובות גם שיטות הנשימות הסקולריות מחברות בין נשימה להרפאיה. You see frequently that even secular ways of breathing will connect breathing to relaxation. מאחר ואין שום רוגע ללא הסדרו של ריתמוס הרוח. Why? Because, why is it that we see that even secular techniques will bring a person to being calm? Because there's no such thing as being calm if you don't first sort out your breathing. If you don't organize the flow of air inside of you and get it regulated in a healthy, proper way where you're conscious of your breathing, you'll never be able to really calm down. היות והשאיפה למנוחה משמעותה רצון ליצור חלל לבריאה חדשה. What is this aspiration to relaxation, this aspiring to just relax and just calm down? The meaning is רצון ליצור חלל לבריאה חדשה, a desire to create a vacancy meaning a void, in order to bring down a brand new creation. Right? I want to calm down, I want to be void out of and try to create a new reality. So this is very fitting that the two should come together, breathing with relaxation. Therefore, we're going to go to the hidden Torahs, the Kabbalah, which is always teaching us about a process that's called Ratzov V'Shov. Ratzov V'Shov, running and returning in Kabbalah, is this idea of always running. We're either constantly running towards Hashem, running towards trying to achieve something, trying to become something, trying to connect more, or we are retreating and coming back and relaxing and not pushing and contemplating on what was and sitting and taking a breather to integrate everything that we got when we did run forward. And in Kabbalah, it's always taught that we're in a process of running towards Hashem and retreating back. Running towards Hashem, retreating back. Rabbi Nachman takes this much deeper and says that this is the way that we have to learn how to do tshuva. A person who wants to do tshuva and wants to be connected to Hashem and always be connected to their essence, they need to be well versed in running and returning, in trying to aspire to get a lot done and to become better and to do big things, while also knowing how to receive the door being shut in your face by Hashem sometimes, or just Hashem telling you, sit this one out, relax, right? So let's see what Rav Bezinson does with Ratzov V'Shov. Ratz lish'of el haruach elyon, right? Running is running to aspire to this supernal light. And again, like in English, like in Latin, and like in Hebrew, aspirations, inspirations, respiratory, all breathing and your aspirations and your inspirations, it's all the same word, they're all connected. So running forward is me running and aspiring to this supernal light, this supernal ruach, this spirit to come down on me. V'shov, shav lamatzav haragil, and returning would be me returning to my regular mode, which would be regua v'nirpa, calm and relaxed. Right? It's not normal to have anxiety of the whole entire world coming to an end. It's not normal to have all the stress that we're going through, and all the messages and the calls that we get, and all the information that's going through our head, and all the media that we're exposed to. Those things are not normal. The normal state of a human being is to be calm, is to be relaxed, is to be chill. Your da'at, your consciousness, the way you're going to live out in your life, is created from both, from running and returning, from trying to be much better and aspiring to a supernal light, and also just being able to be and not being that stressed. So consistent, frequent, and conscious good breaths are the way to connect to a higher ruach, a higher spirit. And they open up the gate of Bitachon, Shaar Bitachon. שכל מי שנכנס בו ניצול מכאוס של העולם התוהו והטעם ותואם מכבר מחלקו הטוב הצפוי לו לעתיד לבוא. Whoever goes inside the Shaar Bitachon, whoever goes inside the gates of trust in Hashem, and can find a room to calm down and to relax because he knows he's in good hands, and he's not stressed because the creator of the whole entire world is taking care of you in the best way possible, there you're saved from all of the chaos of this world. There you're saved from all of the voids and the crazy things that are going on in this world, and you start to taste from your portion that you should be anticipating to receive in the world to come. In connection to when it comes to the connection between relaxation and breathing, right? According to Kabbalah, this term menucha, rest, menucha in a Kabbalistic sense means the inner meaning, the soul experience of relaxation. Eno ela mila nirdefet lemunach ruchani nevuah. Menucha, rest, is a synonym for the Kabbalistic understanding of the spiritual process of what's called prophecy, nevuah. Therefore, next page, למתרגלים את נשמות הרוחניות, מה טוב ומה נעים להקדים כל תרגיל על ידי פתיח. Whoever is taking breathing in a spiritual way, which we should be doing because we're Jews and we're spiritual people, how good would it be for him to start your breath work with first a spiritual exercise. So pay attention for all of those who want techniques. This is a beautiful meditation that you can do at any moment of your life in order to bring yourself to, one, calm down, and two, the outcome of that, to have true Bitachon in Hashem and tranquility in your soul. So he says like this: when you come to approach your breathing, and the truth is it doesn't have to be for breathing, you can do this as a standalone meditation anytime. First things first, a few minutes of guided imagination, guided intention, developing the mind and taking yourself to a place of complete relaxation. How do you do this? At this moment, close your eyes and you start to draw in your mind how there's a ray of light that comes down to us from up above and fills up our whole entire structure from head until foot. Right? So there's a ray of light coming down upon you and it's filling you up completely, your spiritual structure from the head all the way down. And in this merit of this ray of light, we start to relax from all of the things that could be stressing us out, and we pull down inside our structure waves of relaxation and calmness. Although everything here is saying completely relax, 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 right? We're talking about calmness and we're trying to meditate in a relaxed way. It's specifically by way of focus, meaning a type of stress, right? To focus like we do with our eyes. If I want to look at something with focus, I stress my eyes, right? I quench my eyes. So too your mind. If you want to come to a place of relaxation where everything is relaxed, you can only get there by way of stressing the mind a little bit, meaning focusing the mind, and that's where your success is going to come from. Again, if you want to calm down, what's this stressing of this mind? What is this focusing? He's saying, if you want to calm down, first things first, close your mind. Before you can go into breathing with your mind all cloudy, relax the mind. Focus your mind only on this ray of light that is coming into you and filling you up with light, and how every single ounce of that light is another wave of relaxation coming over you. So that focus on the ray of light will clear the mind to really relax. If you start to get distracted and you start to wander off to all these different thoughts, there won't be able to be a connection that you'll be able to come back to focus. Rav Israel Itzchak hints in his book, Connection, Dvekut, he talks there how the meditator has to be laying down, completely relaxed, with his eyes closed, and try to pull inside of them and bring down into them more relaxation by way of guided thoughts, guided imagination, meaning forming in your mind of meditation to be able to bring you down to a relaxed mode. ומצייר את ההרגעה בצורת אור זך ולבן היורד מתפשט בגוף. Rav Ephraim Sversky, he draws this out and saying that this additional relaxation you have to bring down on yourself is a pure white light that comes down and expands throughout the body. And when you are calm, now that you've calmed down and it's filled up your whole entire structure, now you pick a spiritual topic to go into and you go deeper and deeper in contemplation in that spiritual topic. Now you start to taste relaxation and this dwelling of the Shekhinah of a beautiful light on you, in addition to the renewal and all of the novel ideas that are going to come from this topic that you thought to go into deeper. And after that we say, Titchabru v'tchiyu, Titchabru v'tinshemu. Connect and live, connect and breathe. And if you breathe well, you will live the best life possible. That's it. That's our lesson for today. I hope you're liking the series. If you haven't subscribed, please do. If you haven't shared these classes with anybody that has stress, is going through some things, please do, because they're helping a lot of people. We're receiving a lot of good feedback, and we're going to continue with these classes. It's going to get deeper and more practical. We got a beautiful meditation to do today. I hope you all practice it and try it and keep in touch. May Hashem bless you all with Bitachon, with trust in Hashem, with calmness of the soul, and the ability to breathe whenever you need, to meditate on the greatness of Hashem and how He loves you and is taking care of you and doing everything right just for you to be able to succeed.